Um, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we want to seek the blessings of Radha Madhava, Radha Shyam, Krishna, Balaram, Bal Gopal, Gaunitai, Srila Prabhupada, and the assembled devotees. I wanted to talk about um, Samskaras today as part of the Sanatan Dharma course that we are doing. Samskaras, and it sort of follows on from Varnashram Dharma, because our samskars have quite an impact on which varna we are in, or ashram even. So samskars is very, very important. What are samskars? Let's talk about them. The definition of samskars is the Hindu rites of passage, or the Vedic rites of passage. Samskars are not merely formalities or social observances, but serve to purify the soul at critical junctions in one's life journey. So let's just talk about it a little bit. The word samskar means mental impressions. Samskars are deep impressions that are created when the samskar is done within the mind. Samskars are subtle impressions of our past actions, actions that we perform with full awareness are the ones that make the deepest, greatest impression in our mind. When we perform such an action, a subtle impression is deposited in our mind's field. As we get older, we will remember things that we have done in this life, and it always happens. I at the moment I'm traveling quite a lot, so sometimes I go to places where I was when I was present round about 40, 50 years ago. And I remember, oh yes, I did this at that time. Because when we are fully conscious of what we're doing, that leaves a subtle impression in our mind. And when we remain reminded of those events, or we go to a place where we're reminded of those events, we remember them quite clearly. So we got to be careful. Our behavior, our actions get imprinted in our minds. If we perform good actions throughout our life, then the samskars are good. But if we perform crazy things, if we do crazy things, those impressions are also laid into our mind deeply. Each time the action is repeated, the impression becomes stronger. This is how habit is formed. The stronger the habit, the less mastery we have over our mind when we try to execute an action that is contrary to our habit patterns. So the more we do something, the deeper the impression becomes. And it becomes a habit. And to change a habit can take a very, very long time, especially a bad habit. So we have to be so careful. The samskar ceremonies help create a favorable mentality for stepping positively from one phase of life into the next. So there are set samskars which are prescribed in the Vedic tradition. So we're going to go through those. The samskars are considered essential for the three varnas. So this is for the Brahman, Kshatriya, and Vaishya. Shudras, it's not so important. It's not because the reason is that the mental constitution of somebody who is in the Shudra mentality is already quite unfavorable, and the samskars may not have much of an impact on them. Neglect of any ritual might render a member fallen from his status, according to the Vedic system. Although some traditions mention 10 samskars, or rites of passion, or up to 16, or occasionally even more, only 5 are currently popular or in use. 5 samskars. The first one is Garbhadhan samskar. I think perhaps all of us will be familiar with this. Garbhadhan samskar is when the couple is preparing to have a child, they may go through some procedures. Then, so we'll go through those in some little detail, not too much. Jata karma. So this is the birth ceremonies, plus others in childhood. So there's a few ceremonies: name giving, school, going to school, hair cutting. These are samskaras. So when these samskaras are done, they leave deep impressions, which can counteract any negative impressions from previous births or even the current birth. Upanaya, this is the sacred thread ceremony. Vivaha samskar, we all been through those. And the Antim Sanskar, which is the funeral, the last rites, the final rites. So let's have a quick look at Garbhodhan Sanskar. This is the preconceptions procedures. Significantly, the first samskar is purification of the womb. Garbha is actually like a cave or a womb. Garbha, yeah. And its purification of the womb begins prior to conception. So it's before even the male and female unite to have the child. It aims at sanctifying the consciousness of both husband and wife before they try to beget a child. This is really scientific, because this is given in the Vedic scriptures. And if one does these samskars, we see the child will have naturally good qualities. Scripture explains that the type of soul that enters the womb is largely determined by the mental states of both husband and wife. And a notion graphically illustrated in the Mahabharata by the example of Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidur. So the pastime is very interesting because there was no heir to the throne when Vichitravirya died. Vichitravirya was the son of Satyavati and Shantanu. And there was no heir. Bhishma was the son of Shantanu, but he had taken a vow of brahmacharya. He wouldn't marry. So they were looking for a heir. And he also took a vow that he will not sit on the throne. So Satyavati had actually already a son, a very divine son, Vyasdev, from a previous encounter she had with Parasar Muni. But she never lost her purity or her virginity. But she had a son. And the son, Vyasdev, was a sage in the forest. So she called upon the son to impregnate the wives of the two wives of Vichitravirya. And there were two brothers, and both brothers had a wife. So, and both brothers had passed away. Anyway, so was it that way? I can't remember actually. Maybe there was just one brother. But anyway, Vyasdev came to impregnate. He was obeying the order of his mother. But because he looked, he was doing tapasya. He didn't look very pleasant. So the first wife, Ambika, I think, when she saw Vyasdev, she closed her eyes. She was so scared. When she looked at Vyasdev, she was scared. She closed her eyes. So the child who was born was blind. Then Ambika and the other wife, she also was to be impregnated by Vyasdev. When she saw Vyasdev, she turned pale, completely white. She was petrified. Anyway, Pandu was born from that union, and he was a little bit weak constitution, pale in color. So then Mother Satyavati found out this from Vyasdev. So they asked Ambika to again have another go with Vyasdev. But this time she was so scared, she sent the maid. And the maid understood this is a great sage, and it is a great honor to have your child. And that mentality produced Vidur, who was, as we all know, very wise personality. So this is how the mentality of husband and wife, very, very important. So generally speaking, in in the Hare Krishna movement, before the wife is impregnated by the husband, the husband and the wife, they would chant extra rounds. They would try to do some tapasya, perhaps visit the holy places. So many different things one can do just to improve one's consciousness, because that is very important. The soul takes shelter within the semen of a father who is injected within the womb of, which is injected within the womb of a mother, and with the help of the mother's emulsified ovum, the soul grows a particular type of body. Another example, the mind of Kashyap Muni was not in order when he conceived the two sons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. This is the case where Diti implored Kashyap Muni, make me pregnant now. But it was not the right time. It was the wrong time. And Kashyap Muni explained that to Diti. This is not the right time. But she didn't care. So he impregnated her. And who was born? Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Yes, Naniman.
Yes, Prabhuji. Kashyap Muni, and they were great sages, so they would know what timing to, what was a good timing. But these days, we don't know, isn't it? These days, we don't look at that timing and whether it's shubh or ashubh. So that doesn't take much precedence these days. It
Sorry.
should, but we don't, isn't it?
Sorry, doesn't mean shubh or ashubh. Only the misunderstanding. Sometimes or some place. I think I understood like this. I don't know.
It's a little bit of both. It's the consciousness of the two adults. If there is an auspicious day, then that helps and contributes, no doubt about that, Naniben. But generally, it is the cycle of the woman that is important.
Yeah.
So that may or may not fall on an auspicious day, but even to this day, that is followed. That's the cycle of the woman, according to the Ayurveda tradition, is very much followed still.
So in allopathy, that is important, that cycle is followed.
In allopathy as well, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Those who can't conceive, I
Right.
mean, we are given a chart that what are the best time to do.
Okay.
And then that is followed. But what I'm saying is, Ashubh, I mean to say, as you say, was not in order, or it may be, as you say, I don't know what are the Ashubh, because time is Krishna. So whatever Ashubh time is there, I don't know. But cannot be right. We need a little bit of time to spend on that.
Yeah. But that is probably not as important as the consciousness of the two.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The timing, if there is an auspicious day, that no doubt will help. No doubt. But it all depends on the cycle of the lady. So that is hard to control. So
The cycle and consciousness of the mind.
that's right. Correct. Consciousness is fundamental. Absolutely fundamental.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Nariman. Therefore, the semen he discharged was simultaneously extremely powerful and mixed with the quality of anger. So hence why these two personalities were the way they were. They were extraordinary personalities. Of course, they were also Jay and Vijay from the spiritual world. So they had their own tej. They had their own spiritual power, which enabled them to fight with God. I mean, God doesn't fight with any old person. You know? He fights with somebody very special. So these two were, although demoniac in behavior, they were actually special personalities because they came from Vaikuntha to fight the Lord. And the Lord wanted to fight. Nobody else can fight the Lord. It has to be another devotee who fights the Lord. While conceiving a child, one's mind must be very sober and devotional. So this is the consciousness, very important. So that's that. Garbhadan. Anything else? Anybody want to share about Garbhadan Samskaras? Okay. Jatakarma, some birth ceremonies. The following ceremonies welcome the baby in the world. The father places a small amount of ghee and honey on the baby's tongue and whispers the name of God in his ear. So that's right at the very beginning, right at the very beginning. This is to give that baby the best possible start. On about the 11th day, yes, Naniman?
Yes, we still do that, but it's done by the fiber.
Yes, you're right.
This is still very well done, even in this day and age.
Right. Very good. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm.
Thank you very much. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Excellent to hear that. On the 11th day after birth, the parents celebrate the name-giving ceremony, Namkaran, by dressing the baby in new clothes. The family astrologer announces the child's horoscope. Traditionally, the child's name is chosen according to the position of the moon in the birth. We say the Rasi, according to Rashi. Songs and sometimes a havans, fire sacrifice, accompany the rites, followed by the obligatory feast. The first outing, normally about 5 weeks. So we say Savamaina, 1.25 months. The child takes darshan of the sun, then the temple deity, and in the evening sees the moon. So this is very common practice amongst the community here. The first visit to the temple after 5 weeks. And then we have, yes, we have the Andan Samskar. So the first grains, when teething, begin usually at 6 months. So sometimes it can be a little earlier. It just depends on the child. If the child is quite, developed and has already teeth and is growing very nicely, then it may be done a little bit before the 6 months. But generally, 6 months, for the first 6 months, no grains are given to the child. Milk, fruits, that sort of thing is given. And then this Andan Samskar is performed. And usually we do that with a yagya. We invite the Lord. What's his name? The name is given in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We invite the Lord in the name, what's the name? I've forgotten the name now. But we invite this special Lord, he's in charge of fire, to enter the child through the mouth, go into the belly. And that child, that Lord will assist that child in digesting its food, especially grains, because grains are very hard to digest. So this special form of Lord is invoked to enter the child's body and sit in the stomach. And while asleep, while we are all asleep, the Lord is working hard, digesting our food, turning it into energy. And we are thinking, we are doing everything. God does everything at every level for us. He even digests the food that we eat so that it turns into energy. So this is the kindness of the Lord. And at this same time, this same ceremony, we do another thing. We place books in front of the child. He's 6 months old. Books, some money, and something else is also placed.
Pen, red
Books.
pen, book.
Books is there. Yeah, books, pen, money, and I can't remember now. I think it was
Red kanku.
no.
And the kitchen stuff, Velar and Patlo.
Maybe, yeah,
baby.
well, in Patlo, yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if it's a girl,
If it's
they
girl, yeah.
yeah.
But of course,
For
men
the
are the best cooks in the world, huh?
yeah, and the boy they will put like pen and
Yeah,
pencil and like that
yeah, yeah.
on the 6th day of the baby born. That's
Prabhaben, I never heard Patlo and Velan. First time I'm hearing.
no. For the baby
Yeah.
girl.
Okay.
So for the boy is like they do the other thing.
Mhm. Maybe
No,
they put some toys, maybe. I don't know.
no,
No, the toys one. Yeah.
Maybe.
no. May I say something?
Yeah. Oh, who's this?
This is Kashmira.
Kashmira. I haven't seen you before. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining.
We have, I think, couple of times I have joined, and
Okay.
we have talked as well.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
Tell you,
I would say on Chatti Day, boy or girl, they put that's right, pen and paper.
Okay.
Then they put Caesar.
Scissors.
Yeah,
Caesar.
Why?
yeah. That what they like. What you pick. Actually, pen and oh no, sorry, my
No,
mistake.
Caesar.
Beg your pardon. Beg your pardon. No, this is in January, Upna and Sanskar.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little
I'm
different.
so sorry. I'm so
No,
sorry.
not at all. Thank you for commenting anyway. It's good.
Sorry.
And,
Yeah,
And
it
you're
is
very
in Upna
welcome.
and Sanskar.
No,
Yeah.
you're very welcome to always unmute and participate. Please.
Thank you. Thank
yeah.
you.
Very good.
Kashmira Ben, we heard you first time.
Oh yeah.
Thank
When
you.
we talked, me and Abhinandan Das, that time only two of us were there. I think there was no participant. So
Okay.
that
Okay.
way I had a chance to talk to him. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
So this is a very interesting ceremony, this at the 6-month stage. Because then the child, if he goes towards the books, then it's likely that he's going to be studious and also religiously minded in terms of education. And Naniben? Yes.
Yes, I was going to say the same thing, that when Srila Prabhupada was 6 months, books and money on those sides, and he migrated towards the book side. And
Okay.
I think they put Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
So it's books and the money or the finances or whatever.
Those are the two main things. Yeah.
Those are the main things, yes.
And of course, even if the child goes for money, we say, oh, yes, he's going to collect money for Krishna to build a temple for him. So either way, you can't lose.
Hare
And
Krishna.
yes, Karuna.
Yeah, I don't remember if I did this for my two daughters, but we did only what the pandit told us to do is to have them taste different things that we have to eat: the sour, the sweet,
Really? On that day?
bitter.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't remember. I didn't know that we had to put books or money or else, other
You can
things.
still do it. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's too late.
Blindfold them and then see.
Yeah, that's called anprasan.
Unprashan. That's right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
anprasan.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. It's very good. Very good. Unprashan. Yes, very good. And actually, what is given, according to what is that book called? It's written by Gopal Bhatt Goswami. I can't remember the name of the book. But normally you make some kheer, and that kheer, actually, it's the first person who feeds it is the priest. The priest gives a little bit of kheer into the mouth
Yeah.
of the child, just to start him off on the grain diet. Very interesting. I haven't done one of these for a long time, but it's the most interesting ceremony, I have to say. Very interesting. Very it's great fun. Great fun. We really
Yeah, great fun when you watch the baby's face turn like anything when he or she is having the bitter one, the sour one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If I do one again, I'm going to consult you.
Yeah.
A nice one. Thank you for sharing that. And then another samskar, which falls within the childhood samskars, is the hair cutting. Again, I think most Hindu families follow this Mundan ceremony between the years 1 and 3. It just depends. And I know a lot of people, a lot of Hindu families go back to Bharat and get this done there, actually. So very interesting. We don't do this so much because haircutting is a little challenging. But we've done a few, not too many. So now we're in the
Krishna, can I say
Yes,
something?
yes, of
please?
course.
My brother had I mean, they had a baby girl after 10 years.
Mm.
And some reason there were some complication, but afterward, my Tabi had a baby girl, and she was like good, like 6 pounds, something like that, a normal baby born.
Mm.
And what my mom or my auntie done, that she can't take her hair off.
Mm.
They have to go to India and take the hair off.
Mm.
But you have to weigh her, and whatever what is called sukkar in English? Misri?
Yeah, Misri, huh?
Yeah. So you have to weigh the Misri and weigh her, the baby girl, and then the Misri is given to all the families, and then they take her hair off.
Okay, got it.
So my brother and my Bobby went to India when the girl was 5-year-old. Now she's 45, but I'm talking about that this
40
thing
years.
happened.
Okay.
That they said, because like what is called manta?
Mundan.
No, mundan to alright, like in manta means like taking a promise.
Oh, yes, manta, yes.
Yeah.
Bada, they said.
Bada, yeah.
Yeah, Bada, that's right. So
Very good.
I said I better share with you anyway. Thank you.
Thank you. So we can stop there and we'll continue tomorrow. There's a few more to go through, and we can talk about that tomorrow. Hope that's okay. If there's any other comments or questions, we can take now or we can stop now. Okay. Sanatan Dharma ki jai.